The driver of the Chevy Cruze and the Toyota Sienna van both died at the crash.
A deadly multi-vehicle crash closed Highway 46 this morning just west of the Cholame Y, stranding drivers along the road for hours. Good evening and thanks for joining us for the news at 5. I'm Scott Daniels. Karina has the night off. The crash happened a quarter mile from the intersection of Highways 46 and 41. KSBY News reporter Molly Casey was on scene, now joins us live in the studio with more. Molly, what do CHP and witnesses have to say about the crash?
Scott, California Highway Patrol says they received a flood of calls from drivers, some of whom stopped their own cars to help those trapped in the mangled wreckage. And it's a sight they won't soon forget.
We had a 4-vehicle crash out here just west of the Cholame Y.
Just before 6 Friday morning, California Highway Patrol officers responded to a major accident about a quarter mile from the Cholame Y.
For unknown reasons, the driver of the Chevy Cruze drifted into the westbound lane and the Chevy Cruze and the Nissan Versa struck each other.
That was the first collision.
The second collision was the head-on collision between the van and the Chevy Cruze. Both of those drivers died as a result of their injuries. The next collision was the Nissan Versa that went into the eastbound lane, was struck by an eastbound vehicle.
Drivers like Scott Penner and Egbert Garriar drove up on the accident just moments after the dual impact. Penner described the scene as raining car parts, with victims pinned tightly inside the crumpled vehicles. Garriar said the co-workers quickly jumped out of their truck and began assisting the wounded. He said the victims were screaming for help, a sound he won't soon forget. Penner said the first victim he found had already passed away. Another victim he helped free from the wreckage was airlifted to the hospital, and the accident only reinforced the highway's nickname of Blood Alley.
9 injuries, 2 fatalities, and a non-injury.
It was even a shock to CHP.
This is a pretty big accident for our area. We don't get a lot like this, thank goodness.
The highway was closed for about 4 hours, leaving drivers stranded. Once reopened, Officer Seabart had one recommendation.
Remind everybody, please drive carefully out there.
Officer Seabart says crash investigators will interview those involved in the crash and compare their statements to data collected from the scene to reconstruct what exactly happened. Live in studio, Molly Casey, KSBY News.
Thanks, Molly. The Cholame Y intersection and surrounding roads have seen previous serious and deadly crashes, which has led to a plan for improving that area. As